Okay guys, so this was our qualifier play-in. We got 5 ores of rares, but we actually ended up playing Boros, as you can see in the deck list, because we got a bunch of lightning bolts, we got some good red removal that we really needed, because our black wasn't that strong. And also our black rares weren't that great. So we start with our whole star card. It was Guardian of Nubenalia. That card is just amazing in draft, especially if you're playing aggro. I mean, look at this. The opponent just gave us a free removal spell right there with the indestructible ability. So yeah, that was already a huge tempo swing, and the opponent's sincerely just playing some weak plays while we're actually developing our board. So we have our removal spells. We got like 2 more 2-drops to play here. The opponent just can't do anything about this. Look at this. Our sealed pool was pretty good. So they just play a bunch of more weak creatures, and you know, we just got it all, bro. We're gonna scry every turn with our 4/2 indestructible. And we're just gonna scry all the non-lands to the top, the lands to the bottom, and the opponent just doesn't have a chance. Look at this. They try to block, get wrecked, bro. Boom. Opponent's already down to 10. We're playing a 2/2 that makes another 1/1, going super wide, but the opponent's got 4 birds now. That could actually be some swing in the game, but well, Guardian of Nubenalia to the rescue once again. Just look at this. Boom. Just scry again, put our good cards to the top. Got a 4/2 indestructible. What the opponent's going to do? So they're gonna try to make some value blocks there, and we're just gonna blow them up with a lightning strike. I think we gotta kill the 0/3 wall here to prevent them from making any more birds. But yeah, man, the opponent's just so far behind at this point. Look at it. Boom, we destroyed their whole board. We still got Guardian, still got Baird making tokens. They got some pretty good top deck right there. Cycling their hands to 2 new cards, but now we just tap their creatures, and I mean, they're going down to 1 this turn, right? Okay, so they'll go down to, yeah, they'll go down to 1 because they wanted to trade there, which I'm not sure it was the right play for our opponent, but that's what they gotta do. They got another Mystic, which is pretty good, drawing 2 new cards there, and a 4/6, and that's actually pretty good for them. We have no way to kill them this turn, so we'll just have to play the Nitha, play another body there, and hope for the best. So opponents at 1, we're at 25. They're not really pressuring us. The opponent, the pressure is all on their side. So we're just playing a couple more creatures, have 1 more than our opponent, then we can swing out. So right here we could do exactly what I just said, but we're actually not gonna do it. We're just going to attack with a flyer here, and they actually have a removal. So if we would have no, I think we had lethal there, right? If we attack with everything, because we got our Loon Battle Iron already. But yeah, it's the same. We just took 1 more turn and made a safer play there. And we end up blowing this opponent up. So next opponent is Strangle Ghoul. Got a pretty good hand, Guardian in hand again, man. You know what that means. We win this game for sure, because Guardian is just broken, man. Look at it. Opponent's playing some equipments and stuff. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, they attack for 1, and now we hit them with Guardian, play another creature, and say go. So you got Trill to cycle a land in itself, and you got a removal spell, which we'll probably use on this 3/2 right now because it's a flyer. Boom. Take it out, gain 4 life, start scrying. Actually attack for more because our amplifier got +2/+0, and it just seems good right now. The opponent's just making weak ass plays again. Look at that. 3/4 vigilance. I mean, well, they actually got us to not attack that turn. Because we could only get 3 attack on our Guardian, but yeah, we're fine now. So look at this. Trill pumping our amplifier, and then we can swing for 5 there. Scrying and stuff. We also swing in the air. And yeah, we take up the shield, because the indestructible lifelink is pretty good. The opponent just takes is kind of nasty. So they go down to 5. They're already super low at this point. And yeah, they attack. That's a free attack. Sure, they play another blocker. They actually mill 3 removal spells and get pretty bummed out. And that's just lethal, man, because you got a flyer. Boom. Second opponent down. We're 2-0 right now. Okay, so third game is against this fine gentleman, whose name I can't really pronounce. Yeah, got a couple removal spells, got stall for time. Our creatures are pretty expensive at this point though, but there we go, we got our Guardian again. So Guardian actually on turn 3 this time, but it's still gonna be pretty good. Got our Flyer, the opponent's got the Death Touch ramp guy, and they play an Outrider, super good. I think we misplayed here. We shouldn't have removed that. We should have just done the same exact attack, but they wouldn't block, so no reason to use the removal spell at sorcery speed right there. But hey, that's why I actually like to record these videos and then analyze them here. They're like super fast paced, so we can't really analyze them super well, but there's still plays that we see that we could have done better. And in this game, I think we'll see a couple more. Okay, so we play our first striker. The opponent's got the big guy right now, so he can't really go through, but they attack with it. So that's pretty good for us, I think. But yeah, they got a board took, so now they got a couple 4. So they got a 4/4 and the Outrider back to hand. But we got an attack here. So we got a 5/4 and we probably just use take up the shield. We gain some life and we kill the board took. Yeah, they got Gaia's Might, but we got Lightning Strike to finish it up. So still a 1/1. And the opponent plays the Outrider, it's fine. And now we just gotta make 3 1/1s. We don't really have a great play there. The opponent's got some big butts on the other side of the board. We have to read this card because I've never seen it before. And it's actually pretty scary when it attacks. You look at the top cards of your library equal to its power, and you get to cast an instant or sorcery from it for free. So that's a pretty good card. Probably with CMC lower than its attack. I'm not sure right now, but yeah, should be that. So the opponent takes that double block there. It's kind of weird. I mean, they wanted to kill our creature with the Death Touch, so we just gotta play another take up the shield, gain some more life. So we're at a comfortable 29 now. We're going pretty wide. The opponent's down to 9. And yeah, the pressure's on their side again, but now they're going to activate their Keldon, and they find a Gaia's Might. So they got a 6/6 Trampler, just gonna kill that. We don't want to give them any more value. So yeah, the opponent's got a Sprouted Goblin. That card's surprisingly super good in this limited format, in this grindy games, as you're actually going to see this game. So we draw Sarah Paragon. We pump that, the opponent, and this is where I think we made a misplay. So actually, let's go back here in the video. So the opponent ends up making this block. They only had two choices to block here, right? So they either go with the Death Touch block, but our creature has Trample. So if they go with the Death Touch block, they could eventually die to a pump spell or something like that. So it's not really probable that they do that. So the most logical block, it's the one they actually end up taking, with the Sojourner and the Goblin. So this is where I think we misplayed, because if we hadn't enlisted Baird, but instead had it pumped the Knight once and then enlisted it, it would go to 8 power. And we should have predicted that this would be the right block, because even if we do that, put this guy to 3 and then enlist it so that this guy goes to 8 power, the opponent's not going to block with just the Death Touch guy, I'm pretty sure. Because if they do that and we actually have any pump, they die, or a Lightning Strike, they die. So this is the most obvious block for the opponent, so we should have done that and we actually get to kill both. So with just 7 power, we actually cannot kill both. And as you're going to see, this Sprouting Goblin that's still alive after this attack is going to win the game for our opponent. It's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, I think we just skipped the whole game now. It's just a grind fest, and they actually have the better grind card, which is Sprouting Goblin. We attack with the first strike, straight with the 4/4 there. We gain some life. We're actually at a pretty super high life total, but we just can't get in anymore. They kill our Flyer. We killed the Reach guy because we wanted to get in with our Flyer. They play another Reach guy. And yeah, we got 2 angels there, so maybe we can get there with a couple angels, attacking through the Reach dude. But yeah, we're already taking damage now. So we go Trill, play the second angel. We still don't have attacks here. They're drawing cards with their Goblin. And yeah, the Goblin's just going to win this game, man. No matter what we do, we get a little bit of value with Sarah Paragon, but doesn't matter. The opponent's just drawing 2 cards every turn. That's gonna end up being better, especially with Namada countering our Sarah Paragon. And yeah, this is it. The opponent just takes the math and realizes this is actually lethal, and we take exactsies. So yeah, live and learn. I think we could have played this game a little bit better, and we're currently 2-1. That was a risky kip right there. We only had mountains, so we decided to take a mold down to 6, and we end up with a pretty good hand. We got our own Sprouting Goblin this time to draw some cards. We're not gonna do it super early in the game because we obviously need to develop some lands in the beginning. But yeah, the opponent's not doing much either, so it's looking pretty decent. Like, we're getting some shots in. The opponent finally plays a creature, and we won't waste our lightning strike there. We'll just play our own amplifier and pass the turn. So the opponent's got an Outrider as well. That card's super popular in this sealed and draft format. But we end up getting our boon again, so we got the 4 damage to kill it. And yeah, the opponent's just taking damage all over again. They're down to 9, but they got another Outrider. That's pretty good for them. But actually, our Take Up the Shield can kill the Outrider here. But the opponent blocks with their own amplifier, so we end up just lightning strike their face. But they got the might, so we end up having to use that to not lose our creature there. But yeah, opponent's already down to 6, so we're looking pretty good again, even though they have the better creatures on board right now. But now we can start drawing cards with Sprouting Goblin. This is where Sprouting Goblin becomes really, really powerful. So yeah, we're just playing threats. They're not bigger than theirs yet, but they're down to 6, so they need to be careful. They play the super powerful Soul of Windgrace and discard a land in response, but we actually have a land in our graveyard that they can use, and it's probably better because it gives them more domain, right? Because they didn't have planes. We just keep drawing cards, Sprouting Goblin, and this is just going to be the opposite as last match. This time we've got the Sprouting Goblin, so we're just drawing more cards than our opponent. That's gonna be super important, as you're going to see. Yeah, unfortunately we bottom our Frenzy on the mulligan, which would be pretty good here. Yeah, the opponent also has the ability to draw cards with Soul of Windgrace. But yeah, they realize the Sprouting Goblin's too good and they actually remove it, but now we got the Sarah Paragon to bring it back. So yeah, we're looking good. We still got our Sprouting Goblin. The opponent's got the Soul of Windgrace for value, and there they are, cycling their lands, trying to find some juice to play. But yeah, the pressure's on their side, and they're just wasting time doing pretty much nothing. So yeah, and here we can attack with our 4/3 for free. There we go, we trade. They don't want to trade with the Reach guy because then they will take the damage from the Sarah Paragon, so they end up actually giving up their Soul of Windgrace, which is super good for us. That's the card they had to generate value, and they just gave up on that. So now we still got our Sprouting Goblin, and yeah, got Guardian Twin List. They unfortunately got another Outrider, so we still cannot attack with the Angel, but Guardian's gotta get in. And yeah, instead of discarding here, which makes no sense, we're just gonna use Take Up the Shield, gain some life back, make our Guardian a little bit bigger. And yeah, the opponent's in some really bad spot right there. So they play Tatiova, it's pretty good. They makes flyers, but we just got stalled to finish this game. And yeah, so this was the 3-1, and once again we got Guardian of Nubenali in hand, man. That card is just insane. And we're actually considering playing the first striker here first so that the opponent can't attack. And that's what we do. Now we get a free attack where we don't really have to discard anything if they want to block. And yeah, now we play the Guardian because next turn we can start actually having value. As you can see, now we can attack through that flyer. So yeah. I really, once again, I'm not sure if that was the right play right there. We could have just attacked first, I think. But actually removing that creature while they're tapped out has value, because they could just pump it, they could just, because we have 4 damage and it has 4 toughness, so we want to do it before they untap, because that creature actually is a value engine too, so we don't want them to have that. And yeah, and here we just keep our lands in hand to discard to Guardian of Nupenalia when needed. We take this block because that creature has vigilance and it's always going to threaten to block the Guardian, which is annoying. So we just want to take it out of the board there. And yeah, we still got our 2 best creatures, so we're just gonna keep making pressure, scrying, really making sure we got some good draws coming. And yeah, the game just shapes up from there, man. The opponent ends up blocking, so we just discard a land to pretty much kill a creature. How much more value can you take, man? Guardian of Nupenalia is a nasty card in this limited format. So yeah, the opponent takes their whole turn getting 1 creature back to hand, which is a huge tempo loss from them. So yeah, we just keep getting value. Look at that, we cycled the land there, got some more juice. Now we're actually gonna put a land on the top. But yeah, we're just gonna play another flyer. And yeah, we end up choosing the Griffin Protector there, because next turn we want to play Captain's Call and Griffin will hit for 5 instead of hitting for 3 with Shalai's Acolyte, which would actually not hit because we know they would have a 2/4. So yeah, there's the Captain's Call, pumping our flyer, and now we get to attack with 2 creatures. And this is actually 9 damage, which is a lot. If they want to take it, they go down to 1. So they don't, and they actually go down to 5. Unfortunately, they will have, I mean, if they want to attack with the 2/4, that's 1 less blocker, so. Oh, but they have the -2/-2, look at this, that's super good for them. They actually wrath our whole board there. And boom, they have to scatter our 2nd flyer, and it seems like the opponent can make a comeback here. They play a Rona. We got a Lightning Strike, so we just need to hit them for 2 there with our flyer. So we try to tap both their creatures. But the opponent's got a shore up, man. Not yet for us. But yeah, we got another one. We bounce the flyer and we hit them for 3 there. So now we got the Lightning Strike lethal if they don't have a counter spell, and they just tap out. So there we go. We hit them with the GGs and go on to the next one. Okay, Fernie. We are 4-1 right now. We need 6 wins to actually qualify. So we got Guardian of Nupenalia again in the beginning, man. So you already know we're going to win this. Look at it. Guardian hitting, and now we got another creature to start scrying. And yeah, the game just goes up from there. Boom, start actually sculpting our top. The opponent doesn't even block. We play Sarah Paragon. Another really good threat against them. And they just have to remove it right away, which makes sense. Yeah, they're hitting us for quite a bit here. We're not really we're actually losing the race right now, right? Because we're just hitting them for 3. They are hitting us for 4. And yeah, the opponent's trying to race us with their Mardu deck, but fortunately we have to take up the shield. So that gives us some lifelink so that we have some life to work with. And right now we can tap their creatures to stop their momentum a little bit. But they respond with a Defiler, man. But yeah, we show no fear and just attack with our 2/3 here, because we actually have to take up the shield to kill the Defiler. So the opponent wisely doesn't block, but that gives us another play. We just play Bard and make a 1/1. So now they don't really have any good blocks here, or attacks, I mean. So they end up attacking for 4, but at this point we're actually winning the race, so there's no point in blocking, or just take 4. And let's see what's the follow-up play. Opponent plays a flyer, but we draw an excellent card once again, man. This was actually a super good card in this sealed pool as well, and one of the main reasons we went with red. Because a super lightning helix, like, I know it's 4 mana, but killing a creature and gaining 4 life, I mean, you're just seeing it. It's so important in this kind of races, and the opponent just hits us with the GG. So yeah, going to the final boss against Bud 90. And we actually have a pretty good hand here. Unfortunately, we're on the draw. But yeah, the hand's pretty good. We got a couple, actually 3-2 drops. The opponent hits us with a 3-3 wall though. It's pretty good. Can't really get through that. So we play our relic. Here we had 2 mana because you can tap our legendary creature and tap the relic to head mana. But we actually want to kick our creatures in hand. So we decide not to play another 2-drop there. The opponent draws some cards and actually kills our Baird. And yeah, we end up playing a Shalai's Acolyte, because that can hit through their wall. The opponent plays a Cyclops, which is actually a super scary creature too, because it can ping a lot of stuff just by sacking other creatures. Thankfully, they don't have any kind of tokens at this point. So yeah, we're just gonna pump our Angel and attack. And now we're gonna play our 2-2 as well. Yeah, we don't block there because we don't want to take that. If they had any kind of removal, that would be terrible for us. So yeah, we're just gonna keep hitting them with that. And we have got actually the tokens plus the Warhost's Frenzy. So that's exactly what we want. We have the relic to actually kick the Frenzy and draw a bunch of cards. So yeah, at this point we're thinking. Let me pause the video here. So at this point we're actually, oh damn, I'm sorry, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so at this point we're thinking, right? They attack with the 5-4, which is super scary for us because we don't want them to ping down our 1/1s and actually wreck our Warhost's Frenzy. So what we do here is we actually get that 5-4 out of the board. So by doing a double block there with the 2/2/2s, they would have to actually sacrifice 2 creatures to ping down one of our 2/2s. So that would just be the same as trading our 2/2/2s for their 2/2/2s. Damn, man, I can't talk. Too many 2s. So yeah, we end up making this block because we know they don't have anything in hand. So if they want to sack their 2 creatures to kill our 2 creatures, that's fine. And they actually spend mana and then don't have mana to kill our 1/1s when we're actually going to play our Frenzy and draw a bunch of cards. So yeah, we take this option out of their hand. We actually kill the 5-4, which is super good for us. And yeah, now we just gotta play this Frenzy, right? We just attack with everything. And no matter what block they do, it's always going to be bad for them. So yeah, the opponent struggles with the blocks there. They end up making this blocks. Perfect for us. We kill both the 3/3s and a 2/2, and we actually draw 3 cards. Also, we hit them for 6, down to 7, and we found our star, man, Guardian of New Benalia, just in time. So yeah, the opponent's pretty much conceding at this point. They attack with that, we discard a land to kill a 3/2, and that's why Guardian is so insane. And yeah, opponent destroys our relic, but it already did its job, so we can't quite kill them there. But we put them down to 1, and I don't think there's any reason to further commit to the board. So yeah, they just pass, and we stall just in case they have a removal and want to block, and finish it out like this, man. So it was actually a great run. This was on the first try as well. I haven't been playing that many Magic games, so I'm not grinding the Mythic ladder. So it was actually amazing to qualify through this play-in. And actually we're gonna play the tournament next Saturday, I think, on the 17th. So yeah, man, make sure you guys tune up on Twitch. We're gonna be there streaming it, and I'm obviously going to record a video and I'm gonna put it here for you guys as well. But yeah, just a quick recap on the deck. These were like the main cards. Guardian of New Benalia is absolutely insane. It actually won most of the games. Sarah Paragon, which I thought would be the all-star of the deck, actually was quite disappointing. It was never bad, so it's obviously always your pick, but it didn't do all that much, basically because the opponents always had an answer, I think. It never really stuck on the board so that it could generate a lot of value. Well, there was actually one game that it won, right, when it got back the Sprouting Goblins, so yeah, it was still pretty good. And then the Warhost's Frenzy is just an insane card in any kind of aggro deck. And with the kicker, man, drawing a bunch of cards, pumping your creatures, making favorable trades, it's just insane, man. Take Up the Shield was also pretty good. I wasn't very confident in our Take Up the Shields, but in an aggro version like this, I kind of like the combat tricks, even though I mostly don't like using combat tricks, because you just set yourself up to get 2 for 1. But yeah, guys, so this was it. This was the Qualifier play-in. I had a blast playing it, and I'm having a blast playing limited DMU, man. This is just a great format. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and make sure to catch me on Twitch as well, man. See you guys soon.